Radio Wiltshire Breakfast. BBC. Radio Wiltshire.
And as I've been telling you, farmers and gamekeepers in Wiltshire say they are desperately in need of more help in their battle against criminals who are hunting with dogs across their land. It's called hare coursing. Here to explain it for you now, I only go to the top, Brad Pitt and Jason Statham from the Guy Ritchie film Snatch.
What's coursing? Hare coursing. They set two lurchers, their dogs, before you ask, on a hare. And a hare has to outrun the dogs.
So what if it doesn't?
What a big rabbit...
Well, yeah, we cut a bit of the rude words out afterwards, of course, as you'd imagine on a family show. But you get to the point there and you understand it a bit more if you've not seen Snatch. And for some rural communities, hare coursing is a really big issue. Trevor Hunter from the Wiltshire and Hampshire Gamekeepers Information Group says politicians... well, they have to act now.
They need to be speaking to the police and actually making a priority of rural crime. We're getting not only this poaching, we're getting a lot of thefts as well. They need to be able to beef up the laws and get the sentencing for this. Actually, a reasonable sentence.
Karen Gardner has been talking to Danny Kruger, the Conservative MP for Devizes. He doesn't dispute the seriousness of the situation.
I'm really sorry to say that these people, they are serious criminals. Farmers should not be directly challenging these people because they are dangerous, and that's what the police are for. So what we need to do, there's a number of things. Firstly, there is a job for the community and for the farmers, and they do this really well. You know, I'm really sorry to see farmers are digging ditches and having to lock gates, but that does help. More usefully, anything suspicious needs to be reported. There are lots of community groups that are setting up to stop this. So I want to see a proper network of information being exchanged. The second thing is we need more police, and I'm glad to say the government is investing in additional police officers. I know 20 new police officers were sworn into Wiltshire Police the other week. So
yeah, but they aren't going into the Rural Crimes Unit, are they?
That's a fair point. So I am challenging the Chief Constable, and when we get a new Police and Crime Commissioner after the elections next month, I'm going to be saying to the new Commissioner, we have an absolute urgent need to put more officers onto the rural beat.
Do you have the personal knowledge to know what the police need? For example, in Lincolnshire, they have made a real impact on hare coursing because the police have more resources, but they're using things like drones. Are you in a position to tell the Chief Constable and the PCC what you want to see specifically?
Well, it's not for me to dictate how police do their operations, but yes, I'm aware of examples around the country. I think Leicestershire also has a very good model. It's actually the police say that they don't have all the powers they need, and the prosecutors don't have the ability to really nail these people. They need to be able to take the dogs away permanently. They need to be able to levy really serious fines on them.
So that's a change in legislation then?
So I was part of a debate in Parliament a few months ago at which we challenged the Minister to recognise the need for a change in the law, and that was taken on board. I'm hopeful that when parliamentary time allows, we can push for a change in the law to give the police and prosecutors more power to go after and punish these criminals.
One thing that was said to me this morning was that the countryside generally elects Tory politicians. You're one who's benefited from that. Yeah. And therefore, you're not actually that motivated to solve these problems because you'll get elected anyway.
Well, we won't get elected if we neglect the constituents, so I don't accept that at all, I'm afraid. And, I was elected on a platform to support the rural economy and to support the countryside, and I absolutely am committed to doing that. It's one of my top priorities. This constituency is overwhelmingly rural. Everybody is appalled at this outrageous crime, and I'm really committed to stopping it. And it's not easy, but we can do it, and we do need the additional investment and the additional powers.
Danny Kruger, Conservative MP for Devizes, talking to Karen. Well, you can see more on this story on BBC Radio Wiltshire's Twitter page. And if you're in the south of the county and you watch South Today tonight at 6:30, it will be on there as well.
BBC Radio Wiltshire.